What's up, peeps? Welcome to another power-packed Phillips podcast. Just a friendly reminder, don't forget, your 10-question packet is due on Monday. You do not have homework from the workbook today, but you may take your packet home to work on it if you're not finished. Remember, please show your work for all the problems. TY. Another friendly reminder, you need to be bringing in graph paper. We're going to be using graph paper a lot in chapters 4 and 5. Alrighty, please write down in your spiral for notes and homework. This is lesson 4.2. Again, kind of like the Cubs losing. Again, we're going to continue to work on graphing linear equations. This will be part 4. So please buckle up. We are going to do a quick review. Alrighty, do not write this down. Just watch and listen. We talked about in our last podcast standard form. That is where the x and the y are written on the same side of the equation. Standard form. We said it's one way to write the equation, but it's not the only way. We said a characteristic was x and y are on the same side of the equation. So my visual people here, you should be able to see that x and y are on the same side of the equation. This would be standard form. A non-example, y is a tornado and y is written on one side by itself. This is not standard form. The x is on one side, the y is on the other. This is not standard form. And in the last podcast, I gave you an equation that was written in standard form. X and y are on the same side. We said you're going to move the minus 2x to the other side. You do that by doing the inverse operation. You cannot combine these. Allergic to dogs, dog, just write them next to each other. So then we have y equals negative 3 plus 2x. That's what we did in our last podcast. Then I had you draw a t-chart. I had you put x on one side, y on the other. I told you to pick 3 numbers, put them in for x. So I chose 0, 1, and 2. When I put 0, 1, and 2 in for x, these are the answers I got. So today we are going to graph it. So I would like you to take out a piece of graph paper. If you do not have graph paper, you will have to draw this in your spiral by hand. Have fun. It's kind of like watching the Cubs play. Not fun. Take out a piece of graph paper. Draw yourself an XY coordinate grid. On the right, you're going to go to positive 10. You're going to go up positive 10. On the left, you're going to go to negative 10. Then you're going to go down negative 10. And you can enjoy the music while you're doing that. If you are not done drawing your grid, pause the podcast and then you can start it back up. Alrighty, I took the ordered pairs 0, negative 3, 1, negative 1, and 2, 1, and we're going to graph them. Mr. Phillips, where'd you get those ordered pairs from? I got those ordered pairs from this slide right here. When we put in 0, 1, and 2 into our equation. This is where I got the ordered pairs from. That was from our last podcast. All right, so I'm going to start at the origin, the center. 0 means I freeze. I don't go anywhere. 0, you freeze. Second number is -3. I'm going to go down 3 spots. -1, -2, -3. Put a dot at the ordered pair, 0, -3. Now I go back to the origin. I'm going to go right 1. So go right 1. Now I'm going to go down 1. So right here is the ordered pair. 1, comma, -1. Mark it on your paper. Now I'm going to go back to the origin. I'm going to go right 2. Go right 2. Now I'm going to go up 1 because that's a positive. So that is what your graph should look like so far. The last thing we're going to do is we are going to connect them with a line. So you can grab a protractor out of the box if you want to, or you can draw it by hand. Connect them with a line. Notice on the end of my line I have arrows. You should make arrows because that indicates that it goes on forever in both directions. It goes on forever in both directions. And as I wrote below, your graph should make a straight line. Remember that we talked about linear equations. A linear equation has the word line in it. Most of the time when we do these, they are going to make a straight line. Linear equation. All right, guys. Thanks for watching this podcast. Stay tuned in our next podcast tomorrow where we will graph special linear equations. See ya.